Hello and welcome to the Saturday edition of The Box Seat, Perth Racing's video previews of racing at Ascot on Saturday the 13th of March 2021. The rails at 5 metres, the track are good for, the weather conditions ideal for racing. Race number 1 is for the babies. It's the Morley Growers Market Plate over 1,200 metres. A really tough little race to dissect actually. We're going to go back and watch the debut performance in third placing of Secret Lair.
And Secret Lair at the head of the remainder. Star Soprano in front, 250 to go. Challenged by Spin the Knife, who headed it down the outside. He's a Sizzler though. He's a Sizzler goes up to Spin the Knife when they went past the 100. He's a Sizzler, Spin the Knife together. Head and head, Spin the Knife is coming back. He's a Sizzler, Spin the Knife. Gee, there's a desperately close finish.
Thought it was a good strong effort from this colt on debut. He made his debut at 1,100 metres, steps to 1,200 here at only his second outing. Really tough race to dissect, mainly because there's two clashing form references. There's horses coming out of a Bunbury race won by Ginger Locks, and there's horses that are coming out of a race won by Spin the Knife. I'm going to side with the Spin the Knife form with my numbers here, and in fact I'm going to go top 4 horses who are all in that race behind Spin the Knife that we just watched there in replay. 3 of the 4 at least. My numbers here, I'm going on top with Secret Lair, who I thought was very good on debut. Should be better suited at 1,200. Going to need a bit of luck, but that's the same case for a lot of these fancies in the market. 3 on top from 1 Hear Me Sing, who is in that replay we just watched in Steve Wolf's colours, working to the line nicely, and then had no luck in that race that we referenced earlier behind Ginger Locks at Bunbury. 1 of Ted Martinovich's in He's Gold has been plunged out of that race and ran well down the 1,000 metre straight alongside stablemate in Diamond Blue. That wraps up my first 4 for race number 1, but what I would say out there for punters is this is very wide open. I don't have a very good gauge on this race, pretty tough to analyse. My numbers in race number 1, 3, 1, 2 and 4. Race number 2, the Glenroy Chaff Handicap over the flying 1,000 metres. We're going to watch last week's Bunbury victory of Charlton Eddie.
Eddie skipped away, but Scooter's Machine peeled off its back and sets after it. 2 clear, Don's Legacy, Crystal Spirit, then came Diablery. Draws the Persuader now here at the 200 on Charlton Eddie. Charlton Eddie kept going by Turner. Down the outside, Scooter's Machine, but with 100 left to go, Charlton Eddie's got the better of Scooter's Machine. All the way for Charlton Eddie. Charlton Eddie, too good for Scooter's Machine. Crystal's...
Good strong win there, Charlton Eddie. Beat the older horses, led throughout over 1,200 metres. He comes from that race, a 69 plus, back into this 3-year-old company. He has a lot of weight, 61 kilos after the 3 kilo claim for Christy Bennett. And just be advised that trainer Sean Casey does normally accept with these horses, judge the field and then make a decision. So there's no guarantee that Charlton Eddie will start. But if he does, he's definitely one of the horses to beat because that was a very impressive display 7 days ago. Stablemate in Sassy Trader resumes here. A couple of months between runs. The pads go on, a slight concern, but has all the race form that you'd like. And then I'm going to throw a bit of a curveball in here and tip a horse who's coming out of a midweek Class 3 in Our Boy Dylan. Now that Class 3, as we mentioned in the box seat preview when we were doing that Wednesday race, looks like being a white hot form reference. Amacinus, Divine Beast, She's Enchanted, Our Boy Dylan, Holy Ghost. It's a very deep Class 3 that this horse comes from. Only 2 starts ago, he got within a length of Charlton Eddie and Vedette the Star in this exact same race, a 1,000 metre 3-year-old handicap. So I think here, with Lucy Warwick picking up the ride, that Our Boy Dylan could give this a shake, and we should be getting around a $5.50 type of quote. So it's 2 for me, Our Boy Dylan, to defeat the Casey pair, 3 Sassy Trader and 1 Charlton Eddie. And then I'm going to throw in 4 Savage One, a very impressive winner down the 1,000 metre straight at Pinjarra last start. But the big query is, where does Lactar Rumley get from what is a very tricky draw? My numbers in race number 2, 2, 3, 1 and 4. Race number 3, Tab Touch Better Your Bet West Speed Platinum Handicap. So it's a 58 plus at 1,400 metres. We're going to go back to last Sunday's Ascot meeting and watch the minor placing effort of Bruce Almighty.
Creek with a run, followed further back by 10 Snip cutting the corner. Patton goes to work at the 200 on Invictus Domini. A length on Bruce Almighty. 10 Snip is finishing full of running over on the inside. Invictus Domini and 10 Snip. 10 Snip got up on the inside of Invictus Domini. Coming again, 10 Snip, Invictus Domini. Thought 10 Snip might have just got it.
You look to have every chance there, Bruce Almighty, in the replay, but what we don't get to see in the vision is the head-on. And when you do view the head-on there, what you'll see and notice is that Invictus Domini, the leader under Mitchell Pateman and under serious pressure in the home straight, just continually runs Bruce Almighty up the track. So I thought the run was full of merit there. He backs up off 6 days, he draws the inside gate, and he was a good strong winner only 2 starts ago at Ascot over this trip. I'm going to tip here with a horse that comes out of Albany racing, but also a few metro runs, including last Saturday at Bunbury, and that's Wild Fusion. Liam O'Loughlin has a really good hold of this horse at the moment. He's going through the grades quite nicely. In fact, he was a winner of this exact type of race, a West Speed Platinum 58 plus, first up this campaign. His run on the Fitzpatrick Plate was excellent. His run only a few starts ago behind Zatorio was quite encouraging. He's a class dropper. He's on the back up here, and Brad Rawiller picks up the ride. I think he runs a pretty nice race here, the Albany horse. Number 2, Wild Fusion. Number 3, Bruce Almighty, off the 7-day backup, drawn the inside gate. He could lead this field, or he could take a sit Chris Parnham, however he wants to ride Bruce Almighty. Number 1, Fire Sale, get back run on type from Brett Pope's in-form yard. And number 4, Double Spice, who draws a much better gate than what he did last start. My numbers in race number 3, 2, 3, 1 and 4. Race number 4, the Crown Perth Handicap at 1200 metres, will be headlined by the Cerise and White 3-year-old Secret Plan, who last week ran second.
Up and Hot Zed led the way from Dark Assault, a length and a half. Secret Plan, Vedette to Stars under plenty of pressure back behind them, and then came Alfred Omega, but they still have to grab Hot Zed. It's Hot Zed going to the 150, clear by 3. Secret Plan running on down the outside, battling back over on the inside. I see red, Dark Assault, but Hot Zed won again. Hot Zed.
Pretty happy with that effort from Secret Plan. Planted 3 wide the trip, no cover. He kept coming to the line in a race that was dominated out in front and on speed by Hot Zed. He's off the 7-day backup. He's drawn another pretty tough gate here, but if he can again land 3 wide, but this time with a little bit of cover and wind up into it, I do think this is a really nice assignment for him. And we do know over here in the West that typically a 3-year-old handicap is better form than a Saturday graduation 60 plus. So I think here the 3-year-old Secret Plan is well placed. He's always hard in the market here, and I'm expecting him to go pretty close in race number 4. Number 9 on top for me. Number 1, Sir Mambo, always in and amongst the placings in this grade. Very rarely finishes out of the first 4 or 5, but he does find it a little bit hard to win, this boy. Number 3, Grand Design, coming off a good strong last start win, albeit in a Class 3 midweeker. And number 8, Universal Pleasure, a mare of Steph Verhala's who is going through the grades at the rate of knots, but the draw probably does bring her back to the field here. My numbers in race number 4, 9, 1, 3 and 8. Race number 5 is the first of the features. It is the listed Natasha Stakes for fillies over 2,200 metres. We're going to watch the natural form reference here for these fillies. It's the Ascot 1000 Guineas. Victorious, Brave Angel, second place Salaya, and Luckless back in the field, cutting back to the inside, Pure Devotion.
Into the home straight, Salaya once again reclaims the lead. Testing Love is gone. Indigo Blue battling away as Warwick says, go girl. And at the 200, Salaya races clear, but his Brave Angel starting to charge down the outside. Salaya's the leader with 100 to go. Brave Angel is cutting it down with every stride. Brave Angel goes to Salaya, grabbed her, and Brave Angel won the 1,000 Guineas from...
I don't think there's a lot between these fillies that have contested the Ascot 1000 Guineas. And then you throw in the X-Factor horse like Reliable Star, and also a relative newcomer to this grade in Sunset Cruise. It might only be a small select field, and we do have a few maidens down the bottom end of the form guide. But I think here we have a good strong contest in the Natasha, and probably an interesting one that's going to divide opinions. I've been very taken with the progression in a very short space of time of Reliable Star, this Cerise and White filly who comes from alternate form references. She beat the older horses last week in a graduation at Bunbury. She has her 3rd run in a fortnight, so her 2nd consecutive 7-day backup. She will get back, she will run on, but like a lot of these fillies, unlike, should I say, a lot of these fillies, She's proven at the staying trip, where a lot of them are stepping from 1800 to 2200 for the first time in their life. I'm going to stick with Reliable Star. I think she is capable here of winning the Natasha, and if not, we'll follow her through to the Oaks. Number 3 on top for me. Number 1, Saleya. Well, she was a tough luck story last start. She jumped $1.65. She found the front. She was attacked at the 1000 to the 800 and again from the 8 to the 6. I thought her effort and defeat was full of merit, and she lost no admirers. Number 2, Brave Angel, who should enjoy a very similar passage in transit to what she did last start when victorious. I'm going to throw a little bit of a roughie in there. Sunset Cruise, who wasn't too bad last start behind Eurasia. My numbers in the Natasha Stakes of 2021, 3, 1, 2 and 4. Race number 6, happy 60th birthday Patricia Patton Handicap. This is a wide open race, but happy birthday to you, Patricia. We're going to go down to the provincials and watch the emphatic last start victory of Miss Marietta. No doubt coming off the back of that, Miss Marietta is going to be hard in the market and hard to beat. I thought here, where there's 4, 5 or even 6 legitimate winning chances, so I decided to go with a bit of an each-way tip in this race. We know these graduation miles can throw up a result from time to time, or at least they're probably more evenly graded than what the market can often suggest. I've been tracking a horse from Steve Wolf's yard called So War through the grades. He won in this grade 3 starts ago. 2 starts ago, he was never a winning chance. And then last start, I thought he chased hard behind Mel Arab, who's in this race, and he gets a 2 kilo weight swing on him as well. Drawn a nice gate here. If Sean McGrady can kick him out and sit in the first half of the field, then I think he's an each way chance in this, and he's probably going to go around somewhere between $7 and $9. So War for me, number 2 in race number 6. From 8, Mel Arab, who led them a merry dance last start at 1800. If Jade McNaught can find the front on him again, he will be hard to get past. The replay horse Miss Marietta maps to get a near-on identical run to what we saw there in replay. Either leaders back or 3 back the fence. She's coming back to racing in incredible order. And the top weight, Wine Night, a strong last start winner, but weight is starting to catch up with her in this grade. My numbers in race number 6, 2, 8, 7 and 1. Race number 7, one of the feature races for the 3-year-old colts and geldings on their way to the WATC Derby. It's the Schweppes JC Roberts Stakes over 1800 metres. We go back to the Lex Piper, and I can watch this replay time and time again. This is very, very good. It's Western Empire.
To last, Castillo de Largo straightened up in the Piper, but the favourite let loose, Western Empire, and quickly shot past him. Didn't waste any time getting rid of Castillo de Largo. Western Empire bounding away with 120 left to go. It's all Western Empire. All interest is in the minor placings. The favourites coming away. Flash Ducati will grab second right on the line, but Western Empire...
Once Chris Parnham pulled him to the outside, he looked to have them covered before the home corner. But when he let him down, boy, didn't he accelerate away from them nicely. I love that win. The price is not going to be flash. I'm thinking $1.30 by the time they jump. Awfully short, not a betting proposition, but he is an excitement machine on his way to the Derby. It's Western Empire, number 1 on top for me in the JC Roberts. Number 4, Holy Enchantment, who was going to be our best bet on the box seat last Sunday before he was scratched, and SJ Miller elected to come through and save for this race. Number 7, Flash Ducati, who was in that replay fighting on well in behind Western Empire, as was number 2, MTA. But all the talking points, all the eyes, they're going to be on this red-hot favourite Western Empire as he continues on his way towards the Derby. My numbers in the JC Roberts, 1, 4, 7 and 2. Race number 8 at Ascot, Gail Panton, 20 years at Perth Racing Handicap, celebrating two decades of service at Perth Racing. We're going to go back and watch the second placing of Mood Swings and the flashing light run of Riverbow.
Time to sizzle, cornered first, wobbled away from the fence. Mood Swings is in pursuit. Over on the inside, battling away is Cramden inside the last 200, and Plutocracy is starting to jump right out of the ground now as Mood Swings hits the lead. Mood Swings, Plutocracy, Riverbow, Platinum Bullet coming from nowhere. Plutocracy diving right on the line. Plutocracy.
Mood Swings, Riverbow, Cramden, they're all going to be in and amongst the finish here again in race number 8. But I could not get past that run of Riverbow. He was awkwardly out after being fractious in the gates from a wide gate. He settled back in the field. He broke 33 seconds for his final 600, a very rare feat at Ascot. He's drawn a much better gate here. He should settle in a much better position. And if he can reproduce that run second up, I think he can get over the top of them here. In fact, I'm going to mark him as one of the best bets on the box seat on Saturday, and that's Riverbow, number 4 in race number 8. Number 10, Cramden. Now this is a flying leader, 51.5 kilos, no weight, out in front, rail at 5 with an easterly. If I'm backing Riverbow, I probably am saving on Cramden in this race. Number 5, Mood Swings, is in really good form for George Dupre, in and amongst the win and placings his last 4 or 5. Very hard to knock the way he's going. And number 6, Badge of Courage, or number 2, Caballing. They're the kind of horses that could round out the first 4 here. But my numbers in race number 8 are 4, 10, 5 and 2. Race number 9, the Mrs Max Handicap at 1400 metres. It will be Laurentinio looking to reproduce here. This is what he did to them when leading all the way last start.
To the leader, so does Downforce Trade Talk. Pro Consent further back, so's Resort Man. Laurentinio though at the 200, he's certainly flying. 2 lengths clear. Weapon Sun, Downforce now. Resort Man starts to give chase to Laurentinio. Laurentinio's in front, down the outside. Resort Man, the post coming too late for the fave. Laurentinio all the way.
Laurentinio really got under the guard of the marketplace there with all the money that came for Resort Man. He got it to almost $18 on the jump, which is a massive quote for a very talented on-speed horse. Very tough to get past, ridden to perfection there by Lactar Rummeley. He retains the ride here. It'll be straight to the top again for Laurentinio. You know what you're going to get with this horse, a really strong on-speed effort throughout, and I don't see a reason why he can't do it again. The blinkers go on the grey, not to be missed, who was flashing late in that replay we just watched. It is Blinker's first time, and we know these horses can improve sharply when the shades go on. Number 11 in there, in Cocky Joy, who should get a box seat run in behind them, and was a strong winner 7 days ago at Bunbury. As well as number 8, Phone Me, who comes back in trip after maybe not quite seeing out the full 1800. In the end, for race number 9, my numbers are 1, 11, 2 and 8. Rolling into best bets for Ascot on Saturday the 13th of March 2021. We're going race 5, number 3, Reliable Star in the Natasha Stakes, and the best of them, race 8, number 4, Riverbow. Ascot Autumn Racing Carnival is really here at the moment. It's heating up quickly at Perth Racing. Make sure you get your tickets at perthracing.com.au.